The Boys is destroying Marvel when it comes to watch time minutes. Is this a surprise? Almost every Marvel show that we've seen has been forgotten to some extent or is of terrible quality. Like, for Christ's sake, look at She-Hulk. The only thing people talk about that show is how bad the CGI is. It's never about the plot, the characters, or the story. And on the other hand, The Boys is doing the complete opposite, having corrupt superheroes that do horrendous acts, and people are actually enjoying the show, which is something Marvel hasn't done. You see, if superheroes were in today's world, they wouldn't be all sunshine and rainbows. They would be corrupt as with anyone else on this planet. And this article is coming from Fandom Wire, and we're about to get into the juiciness right here. While the MCU put out a lot of shows in 2022, they failed to hold the interest of the viewers. I wonder why they failed to hold the interest of the viewers, because maybe fatigue is starting to set in because of the amount of quantity that Marvel is pushing out every single year. They're just doing too much, and we're seeing also quality start to degrade across the board. From She-Hulk Attorney at Law to Miss Marvel, the Disney Plus shows were simply termed forgettable by the fans as MCU seemed to have lost its touch in Phase 4, as if Marvel needed any more proof about the slump. Nielsen's streaming Unwrapped 2022 was like salt in the wounds. According to Nielsen stats, not only did The Boys make it to the top 15 list of most streamed shows, it became the #1 streamed superhero program, coming in at the 11th position. The Boys beat Great British Baking Show, The Umbrella Academy, The Last Kingdom, and The Rings of Power. This series was also one of the only 2 shows from Prime Video, with the second being The Rings of Power and Netflix dominating the list with Stranger Things on top. And if you look at this list, you can see that there's not a single Marvel show on it. Just showing you that the Marvel shows that are being created are absolutely not residing with audiences and no one's watching it. And on the other hand, we have right now The Boys beating The Rings of Power as being Amazon Prime's biggest show of 2022. You would have expected The Rings of Power to hold up and actually dominate it because of having Tolkien series involved. But that wasn't the case when we found out that The Rings of Power wasn't sticking to the source material, and even seeing that the showrunner admitting to not following Tolkien's source material. And ultimately, we saw fans in an uproar about the show, and in return, seeing absolutely terrible negative reviews. And keep in mind that The Boys Season 3, with its first 3 seasons only costing $500 million, and we had, on the other hand, Rings of Power having to cost up to $1 billion just for its first season. Showing you that no matter how much money you're throwing at these shows, if the show is ultimately not good, it is not going to be received well amongst audiences. And we're seeing that with Marvel as well, because most of their shows are crappy. Miss Marvel, no one's talking about it. It seems like no one watched it. She-Hulk, the only time people were watching it was to shit on it because of how terrible CGI is. And Moon Knight, on the other hand, is doing... I enjoyed it. But it seems, once again, that people are forgetting about the shows. Anyways, I think you guys' thoughts on this. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.